Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, gamers, geezers, geeks alike, is this week's Monkey Nut Punch podcast. As always on these podcasting journeys, I'm joined by my stalwart, Nigel. Say hello, Nigel.
Hello, Nigel.
And the one, the only, the man who would put a drone in everything if he could get away with it. It's Keith. Say hello, Keith.
Hello, Keith. Hello, everyone.
Yes. So this week, two topics, nice and simple. Kenobi, which I haven't finished watching. I'm 40 minutes away from completing. And The Boys, Herogasm. That's interesting. Anyway, how we doing, guys?
I'm all right. I've done quite a lot of. Do you know something, right? I've got a bone to pick with you because it's your fault. It's not your fault, but I'm blaming you anyway. I didn't know that Resident Alien had a season 2, so I watched all of that this week and quite enjoyed it. Liked the end of it. It needs a season 3. Please do not leave it there. I watched all of the Umbrella Academy. Let's not talk about that. And yeah, I'm fine. And we are talking about Obi Wan, so I get to release some of my frustration all over that.
Going over to the dark side. So, Nige, how you been? Because you're telling me you're going to be pretty much like me for the last episode, where you're not really properly got to watch it.
Yeah, I was in the middle of doing some adulting, trying to sort some things out with houses and stuff, and the kids wanted to watch Obi Wan. I was like, yeah, cool. And as we started watching it, something come up. I'd deal with it. They carried on watching. They didn't pause it for me. Of course, they didn't. So
hang on a second. I'd just like to point out when that happens at home, I don't pause it for my wife. So that's the standard.
Your house, your rules.
Top Gear rules, mate. Top Gear rules.
That's a different rule that what we got. I'm like, no, let me pause it and then we'll come back to But I let them finish it. I watched the last 20 minutes. So actually, I started watching it, saw the first 5 minutes, missed the next 20, including the lightsaber fight between Luke and Vader. I didn't have a clue what happened there, and then joined back where she's chasing Luke or something. And so I had to go back and watch it in a roundabout way to see the middle last, to see what led up to
what happened in the middle.
If you want to see the lightsaber, are we doing Obi-Wan first?
Yes, we're doing Obi-Wan first. We're going to do Obi-Wan
So
first.
if you want to actually see the lightsaber fight, because they kept... Right, Reva was the world's most pointless character.
Right, now hang on.
Nothing.
No, Keith,
hang on.
Keith.
No, I've got to...
No. Normie perspective first. Normie first. Then you. That was the rules. That's what I said. Normie first. I want to see what Nigel... So, Nigel, given that you saw almost all of it.
Yeah.
Almost all, like me. You're in that boat where I almost watched all of it, yeah? What did you think?
Well, okay, so I didn't get the reasoning behind Luke wanting to get out of the ship and go off to some random planet.
You mean Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Whatever his fucking name is. Ben. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why they're all sitting there going, well, we could just keep going, They'd already removed the tracker, hadn't they? The girl had figured it out. And I still don't get Reva's motivations at all. I mean, her motivations are to take out Anakin, yet she's relentlessly chasing down Obi-Wan. And even when I don't understand it at all, I cannot understand her motivation. Usually with a bad guy, you can unless it's to drive a plot with no idea of what's going on, no reasoning behind it, can you normally understand where the bad guy is coming from? Normally. Reva, not a clue. Fucking pointless. And oh my god, her facial expressions, there isn't any. That I mean, it was. I don't get it. There were a number of women who could have done that job better. Number of actresses could have done a better job. I don't think
I'm
parts
really
for her.
biting my tongue here. Keith is too.
You think you're
don't-
the only one?
I think there's so many actresses of a similar similar style.
Did you
height.
think the actress who played the Imperial officer was a better actress? The one that was helping him out in the facility.
Oh, the one who helped Obi infiltrate. Oh, she was brilliant.
Do you know who she is? Right, it's Luther's missus. That's Luther's missus.
I know it's Luther's missus, but
Luther's missus.
She's
with Idris.
No, she's not. She's with the
Luther.
other doctor.
She played Luther's
first
missus.
ex-wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
that okay. Not actor,
Luther.
but Luther. Right.
Here's the thing. I saw this. What's her face? Moses, isn't it? Something Moses is her name. She was in the Queen's Gambit, and she was okay in that. Right.
Don't know what that is. Sorry.
It's actually quite a good thing on Netflix. It was one of these mini-series things. It's pretty good. It's funny enough by the same person that wrote The Man That Fell to Earth. The original.
Is that a new thing?
No, it's a new thing and an old thing, but we'll go back to that.
Let's go back. Let's just let Nigel finish with his thoughts on Obi Wan.
Yeah. Okay. So the whole plot from episode 1 onwards was around Reva chasing Obi. That's the plot. There's nothing else about it. That is literally the whole thing. She's chasing, and you find out that she's actually after Anakin. And we mentioned it last time that she had the opportunity, but in true shit writing fashion, when she has the opportunity, she decided she's going to scream out loud as approaching with her lightsaber drawn to draw attention to herself, rather than just stealthily walking up to him and turning it on when she stood next to him. Could have done that. But we all know Darth Vader lives because there's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We also know that Luke lives.
Yeah,
we know Luke lives.
I'm holding back. I am seriously holding back.
Yeah, I think that whole thing where she manages to somehow track him down to even after all of that happens, she still wants to take out Luke,
having been stabbed.
Yeah, how does she live from that?
Right, this is right. Okay, Keith, you've got to go because I have to bite my tongue twice.
Okay, so Reva was a completely fucking pointless character, right? If you're gonna have something, right? This show was all about Obi Wan Kenobi. They sold us on the fact that it's an Obi Wan Kenobi Darth Vader show. So when Obi Wan Kenobi meets Darth Vader, which never should have happened, breaks canon. But when it happened, we were all eager to see that. What do they fucking do? The minute it gets really cool when he's fighting with fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, it cuts to Reva chasing Luke, who's not going to die. Spoilers, people. We know he's not going to die. So what was the fucking point in that? There was no sense of danger. There was no sense of it. It's just watching fucking stupid bitch Reva chase a kid that is not going to die. And we're missing out on Luke's what's his face, Darth Vader fighting Obi-Wan. That was really fucking stupid, right? Second thing, go on.
On that chasing the whole Reva chasing Luke thing, it's a little bit weird because I would have chosen a character from one of the the old films, the 70s films, who is to lead into that, a little bit of sort of Reva seems to be a brand new character who never existed before in the universe.
She wasn't. She was.
It's a made-up character.
She's in there. Look, everybody's saying the actress is shit. I don't know on that. I've only seen her in one other thing, and she wasn't that shit. Right? The writing of this show is fucking terrible. Okay, and they've also stolen from Star Wars Rebels. Right? Now, here's the thing. I will say this. Even though they stole from Star Wars Rebels, where Ahsoka fucking fights Darth Vader, much cooler, by the way, and she smashes Vader's helmet, and you see Anakin under there. The one thing that I will give them is they did that very well in Obi-Wan, even though it's already been done, right? The way they had Anakin Hayden Christensen's voice interjected with James Earl Jones's voice, that worked. Now, if you've seen the Clone Wars and you've watched all of the Clone Wars and stuff, and this goes into the question that Biffer asked. Actually, I've seen the prequels in a whole new light. Having seen the Clone Wars, even though there are issues with the prequels, that whole story between 2 and 3 makes 3 so much better if you watch the Clone Wars. If you don't, I get why you don't like the prequels. But that bit where you hear Hayden Christensen's voice under Vader's voice, that was pretty cool. I will give them that. Even though they borrowed
the whole
lightsaber? No,
the
because it looked cheap.
fighty.
They filmed it on a dark planet, and they made it look cheap. And the camera angles, the cinematographer, it looked like a TV show. If you're going to have something, like bearing in mind the last time that Obi Wan Kenobi,
just can I interject one thing? Yeah, it is a TV show.
Yes, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but it looked cheap. And here's the thing: you have that epic fucking battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin on the Mustafar planet, right? And that was epic. It was, across all these fucking things. He was standing on things. They were floating down a fucking river of lava, right? Then you go to a dark planet, which you can barely see the background of, which conveniently has some rocks that Obi-Wan suddenly went fucking uber super fucking vengeful Jedi. I managed to lift up a ton of rocks. Clue, no, he can never do that before. Even fucking Yoda couldn't do that, by the way. But the camera angles were cheap. It looked like a fucking... At one point, they went for the Vader comes sort of down on his legs and the camera's right on the ground looking up. It's like, it's not WWE, for fuck's sake. It's... My biggest problem with this show is it looks really cheap. And when you see a trailer for Andor... And that looks like that's actually had some money spent on
that
it.
looks
and this is a fucking Obi Wan Kenobi show. This is an Obi Wan Kenobi.
Looks cheap too.
I don't agree with you on that, but we'll go on to that. This looked really cheap.
Keith, that lightsaber battle or fight, because it wasn't just lightsabers, was it?
Yeah.
I reckon they've sat there gone, do you know what people love about lightsaber battles? Yeah, what's that then? They really, really, really like lightsabers, right? How do we make them stand out?
Put it in the dark.
Show them and only them moving in darkness, so they can only see them going, and we'll throw a bit of lighting in there so you can see the occasional face.
Some guy on YouTube has cut out all the Reaver bits, so you just have one long cut of that whole battle, right? It's only actually about 4.5 minutes, by the way. But you get that whole battle, and it does make it slightly better. But again, the camera angles and everything, this was billed as the epic rematch, right? And it was shit. It was cheap. It was filmed cheaply. It was filmed badly, right? And they interjected it with bloody Reaver, right? Going after Luke Skywalker for no motivation whatsoever. By the way, how the fuck does Reaver know Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader when even Obi-Wan didn't know? By the way, he did know, but canon, because we had to write that in just for the emotional thing.
Well,
bollocks.
They showed
from a certain point of view.
They did show a bit, Keith.
He didn't. I know that they tried to explain it, but it's bullshit.
I know it's bullshit because he killed every youngling and there was none left, and she feigned death or whatever. But
after being stabbed.
But that was in Order 66, prior to Anakin going to Mustafar, prior to him getting fucked up, prior to him being called Darth Vader, right? At that point, the only person that referred to him as Darth Vader was the Emperor behind closed doors. At the point when he carries out Order 66, he is Anakin fucking Skywalker.
Yeah.
Right? She gets stabbed in the chest then, miraculously survives, right? She gets stabbed in the fucking chest by Vader, right? And then somehow managed to get off that planet when there was no other fucking spaceship, right? Get all the way to Tatooine, walks out into the middle of the fucking desert and chases after a 10-year-old boy. And by the way, Disney, would you stop hating on Luke Skywalker? you cast this amazing little 10-year-old actress that plays Leia, right? And then you cast some scrawny little git to play fucking Luke Skywalker. Fuck you, Disney.
Well, I said to my kids, I was like, you do realise that Luke Skywalker hasn't really said anything at all in this entire series. Probably a couple of
what's
words.
going on.
Probably a couple of words.
I think
in
it's
this
like, what's
entire
going
thing.
on, and what do you mean I have to come inside? I think
Yeah.
that's it for a total of words that
But-
I've heard him say so far.
But Leia, the child playing Leia, is brilliant. I think she's great.
She
Really?
was a good actress. Yeah, she was.
I
Quite a
think
good
she's
actress.
great.
For a
But that-
10-year-old
Right,
actress,
okay,
she was.
okay,
But let me
alright.
hang on. I've got one more thing to say, and then you can
Hurry
go.
up and get it over
And
done
then
with.
you
It's my
get a
turn.
50-year-old man at the end going to a 10-year-old child. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. That wasn't grooming at all, Disney. Now I've
True.
finished.
Okay. All right. So before we go on, all right. So Bilford said this: if you think Phantom Menace, Han Solo, Attack of the Clones were the worst things in Star Wars franchise, Kenobi arrives to change. Well, chance. I mean, it's change your opinion. A complete disaster in every episode. So right. So I'm going to ask the first question, Keith. Yeah. Did this universe feel really small,
Yes, it felt cheap. That's
like
what I mean. It
Doctor
felt
Who?
cheap.
No, when
Yes.
Doctor Who had the first series with Jodie Whittaker, it just felt that the universe was like this narrow.
But yeah,
Okay, because
it did.
that was my first. That's my first problem because it didn't feel. All the other Star Wars films, all the ones even though I didn't like, always felt expansive. Yeah, this one felt like it was narrow. Yeah. The other thing is, yeah, you liked the Leia actress. I fucking hated her. I was like, the dialogue that was written for her was just garbage, and she had the same thing that Moses Jones or Imbra, whatever Moses lady had, where you ask actors to act and they act with their eyes. Yeah, they try to sell you the story through their eyes. Okay, so it's like Moses Ingram. I think 3 times I counted through the entire series that our acting came through on her eyes. Also, Disney. Angry black woman is a racial stereotype. You were being racist by having an angry black woman. Sorry. You have to put that one in there because they're so fucking keen on it. So that was that. So I thought she was crap. She was supposed to be, guess who she was supposed to be? She was supposed to be Darth Revan from the Old Republic. She was supposed to be the female version of Darth Revan from the Old Republic. That's why she's called Reva. And I just, exactly, that's what I said when I heard that. And I was like, you are fucking shitting me. That's nothing like what. Anyway, we'll move on from that one because that's yeah, I know it's egregious.
Don't be ruining KOTOR for me.
Oh, they'll get there. They'll get there because that's all they do. Yeah.
But on the actress, right? Typically, when I see kids acting, they usually piss me off because they overact. They over-egg everything because that's how they're taught in drama school. Not their not their fault. However, I didn't feel she was doing that too often, and so therefore much better than the usual tat we usually see when you've got kid actors.
It
didn't grate on me.
It was the scripting and the language that grated on me. It's because she spoke like these are words that don't pass a 10-year-old's lips. I'm sorry. And the fact that she can't run. The scene where they're running in the forest at the beginning. I'm not joking. 3 steps and I would have caught her. And Nigel's derp-faced. I don't know what he's done there. I hope he's probably trying to say something important. No luck. Or his power's gone. So we may have lost Nigel.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I am getting latency. So just letting you know.
Okay, cool. All right. So you had that. You had the thing in the forest where she's running around. So the first things that I had to. She actually pissed me off to the point I turned it off. Yeah, because I heard her talk and I went, "No one fucking. No, who fucking wrote this?" And it was like people like.
It's badly written.
Yeah.
Are you irritated by the character or by the actress?
The character, her actions, and the journey. Okay, so the first problem is Leia never met Obi Wan Kenobi. So there are 2 ways around this. Obi Wan Kenobi would never refer to himself as Obi Wan Kenobi. He would be Ben. Yeah, that's it, Ben. No first name, just it, Ben. You could have got away with it then. Really fucking simple.
Can I ask a
I was
question
expecting them. Yeah, go on.
I'm just thinking back to the first film, not film number 1, but the first ever film, which is now number 4. Whatever that's called, I
Yes.
can't remember.
Yeah.
Is that Hope? New Hope, something like that.
New Hope. Yeah.
Where he receives R2D2's message to say,
Yep.
"Help me, Obi Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope."
Yeah.
So-
you fought with my father in the Clone Wars. You rescued me as a child. No, that's not in there. And then there's
So
the bit where he
I
dies.
I thought that might be how they tie it together as to how she knows.
He dies. He dies on the Death Star, and I goes, I know you didn't know him that well, but you know, and she comforts him like she never knew the man, because she never knew the man. She reached out to a complete stranger for help. That is just that. You know, I'm like with I was bad with Top Gun and fucking Jurassic World, let alone this.
So
right?
I read an article around this whole plot thing. Now, it's Ortega, isn't it? Who runs that planet? Leia's
Organa.
adopted Organa. That's it.
Bail Organa.
So Organa knows the
Alderaan.
whole situation. He knows the whole deal. Why has he decided to pull the only Jedi in existence out of hiding and looking at and watching the other fella, Luke, into the limelight in order to pull his try and get his daughter back, rather than pull his quite considerable army and most likely all the things that come around with that to chase these little scoundrels down?
Right, hang on a second. This is the thing. This is the thing that gets me. Yeah, he could have still asked for Obi-Wan's help. Yeah, he could have turned around and goes, "Look, you're a Jedi. Go help her. I will send my most trusted guard to watch over Luke whilst you do it." That's it. That's how you fix the fucking script. You just go. He goes like, "All right, fair enough." He never tells his name's fucking Obi-Wan. As I said, just Ben. She met a guy called Ben when she was younger. That's it.
Yeah.
She doesn't know he's a Jedi. Yeah, you can skip all that Jedi nonsense.
Or he mind wipes her at the end instead of does a groomy scene.
I was expecting that. I was expecting him to bring out the old neuralizer from Men in Black and go and do that. So then there's so there's that. Next one. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in Star Wars clearly hadn't met each other since Obi-Wan had fucked him up. That was the impression that we all got, because when we watched that, we went, cool. When they get to that fight in the prequel trilogy, yeah, that's going to be awesome, because that's the thing that creates Darth Vader. But no, they had a fight before then. So then there's the bit with the fucking ship. All right, these are the bit with the ship, so they're escaping, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So one ship takes off, Darth Vader grabs it and pulls it back, yeah, right. And then another ship, which you don't it just appears out of nowhere, yeah, then disappears.
His force powers were depleted. He needed to be recharged, Gareth. He needed to plug himself into a USB port and charge up.
The fact that he didn't
powers.
see the ship or detect Obi-Wan Kenobi on it.
I know. But that's not the most egregious thing. It's the fact that Darth Vader can't walk through a bit of fucking fire, because apparently he's scared of it.
That's the only thing that makes any sense.
The dude would have just gone...
Yeah, I know he would have, but it's saying he's scared of fire, considering he's a bit crispy. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes any fucking sense. He'd make him think twice. That and lava was his secret, you know.
Yeah, but anyway, in the official expanded universe, I might call that, the Disney expanded universe, Vader built his castle on the Mustafar planet where Obi-Wan fucks him up for the very reason that nothing scares him, and to show the things that even though, and that's why he has his fucking castle and his throne and shit on that fucking planet, which you see in Obi-Wan. Yeah. So,
okay.
The only thing I will give it, the only thing that I will give, there is one thing that is worth mentioning. I saw an interview this week, and I knew he was going to be in it the minute he said it, because they interviewed Ian McDermott, and he said, "Yeah, I'm done playing the Emperor." That was Ian McDermott as the Emperor. That wasn't a standard. That was the original actor.
Okay, I haven't seen that bit yet, Keith. But,
sorry,
okay,
spoiler.
So that's fine. All right.
He doesn't do much. He just talks. He just talks on hologram or something. But you can tell it's him with the voice. Did sound very much like him.
The other thing the thing that I hate most about Mandalorian,
Mandalorian
is the
or
sound
this one?
score. No. In this, but I'm using in the Mandalorian. I fucking hate that sound score. It's shit. Okay, they own the rights to all those Star Wars things. And if they didn't, why the fuck didn't they buy all those rights? Yeah.
You do know who composed the music for Obi-Wan, don't you?
It wasn't John Williams. No, it wasn't. It wasn't
It's in
John
the
Williams.
credits. It's in credits. He composed the Obi-Wan. He did the
sh-
theme. He did the Obi-Wan Kenobi theme.
No. He said that it used excerpts from the original Obi-Wan theme in the credits.
I believe
Googling it now.
Check it. Because I believe he came back to do some music for Obi-Wan TV series.
All of that music. You've got the Tatooine suite. That one. What the fuck was that? Right, hang on. So I'm gonna. Please do not say. I'm sure it said it was like an extract or something.
I don't think I ever heard the credits because it pops up and goes.
Okay,
skip
so
the credits,
okay,
will ya?"
so John Williams did not do all of the music. He did the theme for Obi-Wan Kenobi. He did the theme.
No, it was based off of the theme for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, he came back and recomposed the theme. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi theme song is composed by John Williams. So he did
Natalie Holt.
He did the theme song for Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the Obi-Wan theme, and there is a theme for Obi-Wan there. That was John Williams.
Right, so did the Clone Wars have... I'm sure the Clone Wars had Star Warsy music in it.
Yes, it does.
I'm sure it ended with the...
Seriously, if you've never seen the Clone Wars, it's actually better than Rebels in some ways. I mean, fuck me. I was watching an episode today, funny enough, right? And seriously, right? You know how you sold me on Rebels, where you showed me the scene with Moff Tarkin, and you have the two thing, and they fucking split the necks of the heads, right? They break
the Inquisitor cuts.
So today I was watching an episode, and no fucking word of a lie, Anakin Skywalker breaks this fucking dude's neck, and it's there. There's no cover up. There's no leave it up to your imagination. He just does that, and you hear this like that, and it just drops the guy down, and it's like, okay, this is good. Seriously, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Clone Wars will make you look at Anakin in a different light. And I will admit, when I heard Hayden Christensen's voice under that Vader thing, even though I was going, oh, they fucking stole this from Rebels, the fact that you hear Hayden Christensen's voice intermixed with Vader's voice, that did produce a little emotion in me. Because having really how they develop Anakin in the Clone Wars makes it that much more of a tragedy. And that's why actually now looking at the prequels in a whole different light, they are way better than I thought. And I'll give it. Okay, can I spoil the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi, even though you haven't?
Not yet. I haven't finished yet. I have not fucking.
Because there is something that happens at the end that poor old Star Wars Theory on YouTube burst into tears, crying, and I kind of get it. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
if it's the bit, I think the packing up, and I didn't understand that because
no, there's a bit right at the end when he's on his not camel, his alien camel.
Okay, so just I want you to
thing.
Right, hang on a second. Right, so wait for it for a moment. So this the bit where they escape the watery Inquisitors area, whatever it is. One that was ripped off of. There was a bit that was ripped off of Thingy, which I know about. But I'm thinking about the bit where they're in the hangar and he's got what's a machine under his fucking coat.
Fuck me, that was so stupid.
What the fuck
I will say,
that?
I'm glad you got to that because again, having just played Fallen Order, seeing that live action, that whole base, that was kind of cool.
So first things, the director, Deborah Chow, she's shit. Yes. Okay, because those two snow speeders go in, and you watch them, and they almost get to the wall, and then they cut, and then they're fine.
Did that just not look so cheap? Seriously, those speeders looked like airfix. They looked worse effects than Empire Strikes Back.
I wasn't worried about the special effects. I was just thinking I will forgive. I can
sticks in front of a screen. It looked like what I used to do as a kid with a video camera. In fact, I did it better. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Okay, because I watched that bit and then they crash into. They didn't crash. They should have crashed into the thingy because they didn't turn around or anything. Yeah, and it's like she flings the battery at Wade. Sorry, Wade. Wade, we never knew who Wade was, but for some reason, for the next scene and a half, Wade is important. Okay. Oh yeah, let's get out of here. We'll get beers when this is all over. And bang, she throws a fucking. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got that. Yeah. Then you've got the. Then you got Reva. Full stop. Okay. Angry woman. Yeah. Now, as far as I understand, she wants to kill Vader, but she's killing everyone. Now, I don't. She doesn't make any fucking sense.
I agree
Seriously.
with you. Yeah, no, you're right.
If she turned around and she just turns around and she says, I fucking hate everybody, I would go, that makes more sense. I understand that, yeah? You hate Vader because he killed you and all your friends. You hate Obi Wan Kenobi because he didn't fucking save you. You hate all the other Jedi because they weren't fucking able to save you, yeah? You hate the Empire because they're responsible for it. You hate everyone who just stood by and did fuck all while you and your friends got killed. That would make sense. Do you hate everybody? I would understand that, and that would be decent character motivation. That also understand why you're on the dark side too. Yeah, because you're just full of hate. Yeah, and that would also explain why Darth Vader gets a bit trashy. There's a bit where she fucks up and they escape, yeah? And Darth Vader's like he grabs her and he's like going to do the old, I'm going to snap you like a twig, like in Stranger Things, which would have been awesome, but didn't happen. Yeah. And instead of sitting there and just drop her on the floor when she says, I'll put a tracking beacon on them and just drop them on the floor, yeah? And say, you next time you fuck up, it's your life, and just leave it at that. He says, oh, well done. It's like, kind of, no. It's like I had a second strategy in case the first one fucked up.
I think he did say something along the lines of it's better pan out or it's your head or whatever.
Vader would have killed her.
I know he didn't.
Killed her.
But I think
this morning.
And the whole thing about, oh, I always knew what you were up to. I was just trying to trap you. That's bullshit. That's not Vader at all. Vader's whole characterization in this was shit. The only the only bit that made sense was when Vader was on that ship in episode 5, where you see it cutting back to the cutback scene with Anakin needing to win. That kind of made sense because Anakin was like that very much. You don't see it in the films, you see it in the Clone Wars. Here's the thing, right? They've blatantly watched a lot of Rebels. The writer watched Rebels because he stole all these ideas from Rebels. I mean, in the base where you see the Jedi in the tomb, because that's a Jedi tomb, they're using that. The Empire using it's really fucked up what they're doing. But you see it in Rebels where they're using the bodies to entice other Jedi in by sort of getting them to become like Force vision ghosts kind of thing. And that's what they're doing. You see that in Rebels when they trap, when the Inquisitors trap, what's his face on that ship to come and rescue a Jedi Master. And she's dead. And you see her in that tomb. There were moments in the show that were kind of cool to see in live action. If you've seen Rebels, if you've played Fallen Order, seen the base in live action, that was kind of cool. But it was only like fleeting moments. And then Reva fucking comes back and you get really angry. And then Obi-Wan sneaks a kid out under a fucking coat.
I don't know, we just didn't put him in there in a fucking container. And just roll the container.
It was
got me. Do you know the worst thing is? Sorry, Nigel. The worst thing is, at one point, absolute chaos is going down, and nobody's looking. And at that point, I'm like, you can get away with that. But there's a bit where they stop and then look at him, and I'm like, oh my fucking word. Then there was the bit where he gets picked up with the tractor by the guy in the field. Yeah, they get off this. I think it's after the second episode, gets to the planet, meets Seth Rogen. I'm sure it's Seth Rogen who voiced that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, gets picked up. Yeah, and what would have been nice was he comes across the stormtroopers, and if the stormtroopers were nice to him, because that would have thrown every fucking one off, and then he had to kill them a moment later, because you'd be like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this, but no. I don't know. My head hurts.
No, you are as offended as I am. It was badly written. It had literally no budget. I I mean, this show was meant to be really expensive. Where did the money go, Disney? Because seriously, it didn't go on production.
Little milkshakes.
Yeah. I mean, there's blatantly going to be a second season of this. Luckily, it won't be with the thing is, right? It as much as Hayden Christian got. Yeah, it's probably true. Seriously, though, Truck, you've got to watch. Right, as a Star Wars fan, Obi-Wan made me angry.
Nerd rage, proper nerd rage.
Proper nerd raging over this one.
Well, you can tell I was never really big into this sort of thing, because I'm not as bothered as I just.
No, you're
like
bothered. You're probably
and...
more bothered by the fact that Reva was supposed to be Revan.
Yeah, Nige. Okay, you love KOTOR, and I agree with you. I love seeing KOTOR but I have been literally a lifelong Star Wars fan. The first thing I remember being a fan of is Star Wars, right? So, I know that Gareth's done with it, and I understand why he is. I can't be done with it because I love Star Wars. Every time I watch, the original movies and everything, they just bring back that whole thing to me. And look, somehow Disney made Rogue One, and Rogue One I quite like. I think Rogue One's pretty good. I'd like actually to see them to do a sequel to that and see all those Bothans that died to bring the second set of plans. I want to see that because, many Bothans died to bring us these plans. I want to see the Bothans die. I want to know about it now. But
do you know what I find is telling? After we finished watching Obi-Wan, I then said to the kids, well, this leads us into A New Hope. Number 4. Do you want to watch it? And they went, no, thanks. They didn't enjoy that Obi-Wan enough to push you to watch the original film.
Obi-Wan's never going to make you want to watch it. Obi-Wan is not good.
It should make you something like this that leads into the original, the OG film. Should be something that you feel
it doesn't
enthuses you to go and watch the film.
But it doesn't, because then you watch that film and it makes no sense. It's like, when I left you, I was now I'm the master. Well, no, because Obi-Wan came and kicked your ass twice, apparently. And Leia never knew you because we had that groomy thing at the end.
He didn't wipe her mind. I wish he wiped my. If he wiped her mind, I would have gone, all right, fair enough. But they didn't even bother to care enough to wipe her bloody mind. All right, okay. I think we've had.
Look, I have to touch on the final scene. So put your fingers in your ears because.
No, I'll listen. I don't care.
Okay, how are they going to deal with Liam Neeson? Right, because how? Because isn't Liam Neeson persona non grata in Hollywood?
I'd just like to point out the following: Liam Neeson's got a very particular set of skills.
Oh, and he does.
Might be able to help out Obi Wan Kenobi. It would have been really useful at the beginning.
Yeah, but he doesn't turn up until right at the end.
And
it was cool. It was cool seeing Qui-Gon. Okay, it was cool seeing him. And blatantly, season 2, because they're doing it, is going to be Qui-Gon, Force Ghost taking Obi-Wan on some kind of an adventure, which means he's going to leave Luke again. Because there's no way you're going to have 6 episodes of Obi-Wan walking around the desert on Tatooine.
All they had to do was have Bail Organa drop one of his guards off, and then when Reva shows up, she can then kill the guard off, and then you go, oh shit, danger. But no, oh fuck me. Why didn't you hire Boba Fett to do the job? Boba Fett would have done it for money. Oh no, seriously, I'm talking about the OG Boba Fett. I'm not talking about the Fredo Boba Fett. All right, so we need to stop. We need to stop. I'm sorry. We've had our therapy. Time to stop. Just a quick one.
No, the therapy is actually talking about something that's genuinely really fucking good.
Hold on. So just a quick one. Did you watch The Orville and did you see Bruce Boxleitner in it?
Which one? The latest one?
Yeah.
Is this the one with which one is it? Which one? Which Orville?
The Krill Homeworld one.
Oh, I love that episode. No, where was he?
He was the blue guy.
Oh, yes, oh, God, now I know why I know who he was. I recognise the voice. Thank you. That's been driving me fucking mad.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just like to point out hang on a second. Before we go any further, I need to credit my wife for this because my wife spotted this and I didn't. All I did when I watched it is I noticed that the blue guy had fantastic hair and everyone seemed to be really respectful towards him. And I'm like, I kind of like this. I was like, I like this guy. I have no idea why I like this guy. It's familiar to me. I didn't look into it because I was too busy admiring the fact that they've got a budget and they use the budget to show that they've got a budget.
I really didn't like the previous episode. Okay, and I have to say, the casting of that bloody alien at the end, they picked up the most bitchy Californian girl they could, and they put it in there. And seriously, the smirk on her face when she was explaining how she enjoyed watching people die, that wasn't on purpose. That was just badly cast. I really could not stand that alien woman. I hated that episode. This episode was fucking awesome. Really good episode. And it was like, because I was really kind of put off the Orville after that episode, and then this episode came along. I was just like,
I think. Right, hang on a second. I think there's a reason that they showed the episode with those aliens in, because I reckon those aliens are going to be the ones that stop the Kalon.
Yeah, but as long as they don't bring her back, because she was really annoying. I mean, she was really bad actress.
I think there's a chance I'll bring her back.
She was dreadful.
This was their TDS episode. And it was a bit weird because I'll be honest with you, if most shows TDS episodes were like this, it would be better because they did it, but they had it so both characters had TDS. So you had the, oh no, I don't trust the results part of it, and the, oh no, the person we didn't like and we didn't want somehow got in. And I'm like, that actually seems a bit fair. That's a fair representation, I think. I was like, I can live with that.
They've done something. Okay, I know that there was a slightly political fallback of this episode, but actually, here's the thing. If you are going to insert real-world politics into your show, it was written extremely well. And actually, it is a very interesting thing because this is to be continued, because I really found this episode interesting, and I have to say Star Trek never did something of that weight, and it was a weighty episode. I mean, this isn't a fucking parody anymore. There is no parody in this show. Yeah. This is a full-on, really well written, apart from the last episode, third episode, sci-fi show, and what they did with the whole half, the child, her going to the fucking extreme dark side. I'm not going to talk about modern day politics with this, but we all know who she was meant to be. And I thought it was very well done. It was very well written. It was very well acted. And by God, it got a budget.
Yeah. It was good. It was. I think, as I said before, if that's how you do, if you're going to do TDS, that's the way you do it, because it was entertaining. Yeah. And I was like, actually, I'm not that bothered by it because I was entertained. So decent writing.
Nice. You have to watch. You can skip the third episode of the third season of Orville, but the fourth episode is fucking good. Really good.
My plan is to watch the Orville once I've caught up with the last episode of The Boys. I watch them during my lunch break. You see, so I will then go on to the Orville and go through the Orville.
What's the line in The Boys that I don't like? That with great power, there is the undeniable fact that you are turned into a right cunt.
Yes.
I love that
line. I spoke to my brothers about the last episode of The Boys, and they absolutely 100% loved it because it was brilliant. And I was worried that one of my brothers, because he likes winding me up, was just going to focus on the more naughty aspect of it, where things were happening. But he focused on the bits that I was interested in, like the bit where that fight between Homelander and Soldier Boy, and fucking hell, that was good, because it was great, because at one point you looked like he was about to get it, and then he just went, unlike you bastards, I can fly, and off.
Yeah, but I liked, because honestly, I thought it was going to be Soldier Boy versus Homelander, and that was going to be it. But then when fucking Butcher comes in, because you think, right, it's like Homelander manages to overpower Soldier Boy, right? You're like, here we go. You know, he's just going to laser off Soldier Boy's head, and then fucking, you know, you hear Butcher's voice coming in, and we're like, oh, it's really going down. And then fucking Butcher just laser fucking eyes him, and the look of fear on her. The actor that plays Homelander is a very, very good actor, because you really fucking hate that cunt. But, but the look of fear on his face, that was satisfying, right? This is my point. When we always argue about really, you know, I think we were arguing about something when I said I needed to see the bitch die, and she didn't. That was it. We were arguing about the death of what's his face in The Expanse, right? And I say he's a really nasty bastard, and I didn't see him suffer, right? Even though Homelander didn't die, that look of fucking fear on his face when Butcher fucking lasers the bastard. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Because the guy's like,
I loved it when he went all Gollum in the mirror.
Yes, that was great. That was
great.
Who went Gollum?
Homelander. Yeah. He's got a split personality as it is.
Yeah. All I need to know is, did they actually manage to hurt Homelander?
Oh yeah.
Yes, they hurt him.
Oh yeah.
Both even living with the bruise.
Even what's his face comes in and helps out. So it's a 4-on-1 for
Huey.
Yeah, Huey comes in and Huey gives it to him as well. It's fucking awesome. They are beating the shit out of him, right? And at one point they've got his fucking face and they are grinding it into the ground. He's like, come on! I was yelling at the fucking screen. My wife told me it was midnight.
Hold on, and then you had the other good bit was when A-Train grabs hold of Blue Hawk.
Yeah,
and he finishes off Blue Hawk. And it's funny because when you had him talk to Huey, you could see that he was sorry. He was actually sorry when he spoke to him. And then you had Ashley, who also had a go at A-Train too. In the comic book, I'd just like to point out that Huey kicks A-Train's head off.
Yeah, it does. But here's the thing, right? I've got to say this because all the fucking fandom menace. This is why I'm saying they have to make videos that diss these things, because they're dissing the boys at the moment. Go, it's all political. Yes, it is political. Yes, there's a lot of left politics in it, but it's well written and there's a good story there. So I don't care, right? I don't care that they're beating down on a racist thing, because the guy's a bastard and he's a racist and he deserves to die. The thing is, this is well written. It's well entertaining. It's way better than season 2. Yes, we had all that politics in season 2, but it was just politics and shitty writing. This is politics and good writing. This is well written.
Well, you know my stance on anything to do with politics and stuff.
Yeah,
because of the story and the way it's been acted, and the actors themselves, they're brilliant, all of them. I haven't even really given it a second thought.
No, you don't. That's my point.
No, because it entertains you first.
Yes.
It entertains you first.
That is my...
Just like to point out, that's what happens to A-Train in the comic. I'm sorry, I have electronic versions of these.
Who is that?
Appreciate it.
That's Huey.
That's Huey.
Huey looks like Simon Pegg. And A-Train is a white guy in the comic. They race swapped him, but that's fine.
The whole thing that I watched, and I haven't seen the last episode yet, but they did this whole, I don't know what his name is, but he did a community speech in front of A-Train's like family and whatnot. Not family, but his community. And he was just a prick.
Trust me, but he gets his comeuppance.
But saying that, old A-Train goes to Ashley and he turns around and says, he's just doing this, that, and the other. And she turns around and goes, I spent 100 hours in crisis meetings because you murdered 3 people, including your lover. Goes, and you want to go for him? And she has a real proper good go at him. Yeah, and it's a well-deserved go at him for being an arsehole.
Yes, it is.
To who? A-Train.
A-Train, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the reasons he apologises properly to Huey.
And Huey punches him
which
in
is
the
annoying.
face.
And then Huey turns around, fucking lamps in one, and he's like, "You shouldn't be able to do that." And he's like, "Yeah, I can fucking hit you and hurt you." I found it entertaining. Yeah, that people are right. There is political messaging in there, but it does it pokes fun both ways because it starts off with the fucking Imagine video.
Oh yeah, exactly. They again, all these people that have made these videos about this latest episode. You criticize the Imagine video. They have. If this was completely leftist, they wouldn't have done what they did. They utterly ripped the piss out of the Imagine video. I mean, they utterly, and they got all the actors that criticised it online to somehow star in it. So they were like A-list actors in there.
Those were all the voices in The Boys Diabolical, by the way.
Were they? Is that how they got him into them?
That's how they got him in.
What is this Imagine video? I don't.
So at the start of the pandemic, right? What's her face Wonder Woman released this video where she to make everybody feel better about.
Oh, they did it. Is that Imagine all the people and they all sung
yeah. The boys ripped it. It's brilliantly done. It's you sit down and he just starts singing Imagine, but it's badly sung on purpose. It's genius. It's on the money. But the ending of the episode, fuck me, talk about raising the stakes. Yeah. Talk about raising the stakes.
So what I'm expecting from this is it's going to be. It's obvious it's going to be a good episode.
Don't watch it in front of the kids because we haven't got the orgy.
I wasn't going. No, I chose not to carry on watching it this morning because it was 8 o'clock, and I think everyone was going to start getting up, and I was watching on my laptop.
Yeah, because a giant dick answers the door. That's where this episode goes.
Yeah, dude, I think
Can we just stop for a moment and have a moment's silence for Mother's Milk's jacket? Not once,
yes,
but twice.
I pissed myself laughing. Oh mate.
My God.
Again, I woke my wife up 3 times to the point where I had to.
Oh, he's derped. He has derped. If you look, see his little transmission thing there.
Yeah,
his signal's gone. So
he's
we can
gone.
Tell that's
he mentions his wife, and suddenly his Wi-Fi is gone.
His wife is my wife, and then he's going to cut back to him. He's going to have a knife sticking out his neck with blood spurting. I go,
I didn't say anything bad.
And then boom, it's like, and then all of a sudden we'll start playing the music to the start of Death in Paradise. We lost him. We lost Keith. Anyway, it's some of the bits in there. The one that got me was there was a guy who made a. Right, I love the Mortal Kombat film that came out, that recently came out.
I haven't seen it,
right?
But yeah.
It's got some awesome bits in it, and one of them is where Sub-Zero, stabs Scorpion and a spurt of blood comes out of his back and he freezes it and he turns it into a knife and turns and stabs him with it.
That was fantastic. In the trailer. I saw that in the trailer.
Yes. Yes. But they do it in a rude way in this one because I watched it and I was like, I kind of ruined something I really like there. But
that reminds me of the Kimiko bit where she's in Russia and she does a job for the Russian lady to get info, and she's there with all the ladies and the pervy man, and he pulls out these different dildos and she kills him with it.
Yeah,
and then she starts using them as not to.
Yes, no, that's.
I mean,
Keith, turn your video off, mate. Turn your video off.
Why?
Yeah, because it's not working.
Just go
straight to just go to audio. Man. Oh no, you're back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Oh yeah. There you are.
But keep the video off anyway. We'd have to see your face.
Oh no, he's back.
He's back.
Oh no, what a shame.
Anyway, sorry, Keith. You're saying.
I sorry, for the first time in a very long while, my internet cut off. But I'm loving this season. I'm just genuinely loving this season.
I really hated that second season. I was like, I watched it and I went, they need to bring it back because the boys didn't take any soups out. That's all they do. The boys take soups out. And they didn't do that. And I was like, there's not the boys. And then when the season starts off, and they pretty much do that in the first episode, because they must have heard that criticism. The boys are supposed to take out soups. Why didn't they take out any soups? And they went, oh, yeah, remember. Quick, write it in.
Who did they
I mean,
take out in
James-
the first episode? I can't remember. They took out some-
Termite who gets killed in this one.
Oh, I remember the very first episode.
Just don't go there, Nige. All right, Termite gets taken out in this one where he gets put in a little bag of cocaine.
Yeah.
Something happens before then, but let's not
Yes.
talk about it. All right,
Oh no,
because it's not pleasant.
no. Oh God. Excuse me.
Well, no, it's the bit before that. That's the bit before that where I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Who
Well.
designed that set?
Well, yes.
And we'll leave that one there. But yeah, it's been good.
It's-
We've had to. I think I was talking to my brother when I was saying that we've had some really good TV this year. I've had some decent TV this year. Stranger Things has been really good. Better Call Saul's been fantastic. The Boys has been fantastic. Cobra Kai will be on in thingy. Oh yes, yeah. I know. Yeah, everyone's favourite scene's the termite scene, even though the
Cheers,
what do you
Duncan.
call it? The yeah. Yeah, because we were talking about Soldier Boy and whatnot. The great thing about having digital comics is you can share them illicitly with people. So I'm trying to get him to read the Boys comic because it's much better. I do think it's better than the TV series, and it's ruder. Yeah, Billy Butcher's second scene's not shagging the head of the CIA, which is in the comic, which I fucking love.
I will give it the third season is a return to form, and
Yeah.
as I said, the end of this episode, everything's gone to shit. So the rest of the season's going to be interesting. I don't think Maeve is dead. I don't think he killed her. I think she's somewhere, so that's going to be interesting. There's a lot going down. They've got to kill the Russian bird. Frenchie's got to fucking give it. to
Nina, Nina gets.
Yeah.
Nina, Billy Butcher will take care of Nina for Frenchie.
Okay.
In the comic book, he lets her escape. Well, she thinks she's escaped, but he puts a bomb in her purse in her vibrator, and then blows it up as it fucking leaves the runway. He goes, "There you go, Frenchie.
Wow.
Look after you." Have you seen any of the? Did you see the Boys Diabolic?
I watched some of it, but I've got to go back and watch it all now.
You only really need to watch. I think it's the there's two in there which are complete boys ones. Others are like offsets. So you've got the one where you've got Billy the Butcher, and it's like it's comic. It feels comic book accurate, and then you've got one at the end with Homelander and Black Noir. Also, the other thing too is, do you think that in the second season they actually killed off Black Noir and replaced him with the Homelander clone?
Yes.
The reason is because the reason he didn't want What's His Mush tracking him, and he doesn't want to go anywhere near Soldier Boy because he'll realize it's not him. Yeah, perfect disguise to hide in, and that'll help hopefully later with the story.
I think this is the episode where we're going to see him go down, but obviously we're going to still have the actor in it, but it won't be the same character, which is how I think they're going to do it. So I think that is going to happen. I think it's going to be a double, we fooled you twice kind of thing.
I think it's going to end with Homelander persuading all the Supes to go to the White House and try and take over. And then
I think they're going to take out. I think Homelander's going to get taken out this season. I think we're going to see.
I don't think he's going to get taken out this season. I think he's going to get taken out next season. I think he's going to do something fucking awful at the end of this season to make everyone go, oh, because one of the things they did in the comics is they killed a shit ton of Marines and painted a hanger with their blood to make a point. And then Butcher got these, because that's why one of the reasons they don't like the Seven. I'll have to lend you the comics, Nige.
How many episodes are there this season? I thought there was only 6. Oh, there's 8.
No, it's 8. I think it's 8.
Oh, okay. I
think it's 8.
I thought it was his last episode. Okay, cool.
No, this isn't the season final.
This was right. It's funny because in the comic, they make out. This is the funny thing. In the comic, all the heroes and villains make out that there's an invasion fleet of aliens massing around Jupiter, and they're all going to go out there and stop it. But in reality, they've all fucked off to some island to have a fucking giant orgy. All of them. I've got to finish reading it, but it's I haven't actually got around to Herogasm yet. I've still got to go through the first run of the Boys, but yeah, it's
it's been really good TV. You're right. We have had some good TV this year. This is up there. I'm genuinely enjoying The Boys.
Yeah, I'm so grateful I've actually got something decent to watch, because I think last couple of years it's not been good.
It's not been good, but the last episode of The Orville was really good. This was really good. I am worried about Netflix, because they really are. The Umbrella Academy was something I really enjoyed, but this there is something that happens to one of the characters in season 3, and it is probably one of the most egregious things I've ever seen. And had it been a man, there would have been a million complaints.
Okay.
And if you watch it, you'll know what I mean.
I haven't got around to watching it because Elliot Page has ruined it, because Elliot Page needs to play the female character as a female. You're an actor, darling. Pretend.
The way they handle it in here, it kind of makes sense. It didn't bother me that much, and they don't go on about it a lot.
I don't know why she can't pretend. That's the bit that gets me.
Well,
Put a fucking wig on and a padded bra. That's it. Problem solved.
That we could get into a debate about gay actors playing gay people, because by that rationale, Sir Ian McKellen. But let's not go there.
Yeah, but Ian McKellen turned around and said it was stupid, because he's got tons of great straight actors to,
God
straight
bless him.
characters to
I
play.
know exactly what he said, and so did Stephen Fry.
Thank you very much, sir.
But
Yes.
anyhow, look, it's Alison. The character is Alison, and I really fucking hate her in this. And,
rumor.
Yeah, and seriously, by the end of it, I just. But I do need to see the full season to see where this goes. Because now they are beyond the comics. Although apparently, unlike you in lazy Santa Claus impersonator who can be fucked to write a book, the writers of the comics have a 10-year plan, right, and have already given it the whole fucking treatment to the producer, so they know what's coming in the comics is going to come to a certain extent in the TV series. So they're not completely without thing. That's the only thing that I will say. But
all right. Let's end it there. Let's end it with.
Have we got Stranger Things by next week? We got Stranger Things next week.
I'm not here next week.
Oh, God damn you!
Oh, all right. Hang on a second. Right, before we go, there's one thing I really want to do, because I was going to do a video on its own about this, but there was a Stranger Things thing that broke this week, wasn't there? A Stranger Things trailer.
Yeah.
This week. And it's 5 days ago. That's the one I want. That's it. Pause. I sent it to you. Where is my share screen? Share. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a quick frame by frame on this bastard. Strange Things. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go there. No sound. Okay, cool. And then let's share it on screen. So, all right. There we go. Okie dokie. Pig and pokey. So, okay. So we've got the trailer. It starts off and you got Brenna talking to thing. Looks like Max goes back into Vecna's mind. I don't think it's going to work out. And I'll explain that there. So she goes back into to Vecna's mind, which you shouldn't do. They have a Winnebago. Now, I saw the Winnebago and I went, Spaceballs, Millennium Falcon. Yeah. If the Millennium Falcon was a vehicle, it would be a Winnebago with wings.
Oh,
so they're all in the Winnebago. Yes. So they
love Spaceballs.
Yeah, so they've got that there, and they're all looking kind of a bit down. Everyone's in the thing though, so no one's dead at this point. So I think they get Nancy back, no problems. No one dies. Yeah. So Nancy's looking a bit determined. Got Eddie, he's looking a bit determined. They're all sitting there in what I'm going to call Millennium Falcon. Lucas is looking a bit out. So does Thingy. And then it's like Brenna telling 11, he goes, "You're not ready for this. You need to go back in." And it looks like she goes back to the Nina project or whatever it is to get you to sit in a flotation tank for 30 minutes because that's how you get superpowers apparently. Then you've got this bit here where you've got the hospital, the Hawking's laboratory where they keep the psychics, and it looks like Vecna has shown Nancy or Steven Tyler from or Steven Tyler from I can't remember the name of the band now.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, thank you. So it looks like it shows you that. And then you've got Will talking to Mike. So this, I think, is after something's happened. So after one of them's died. Yeah, because he's not going to stop until he's taken every single one of us. Now, this is what I think happens is I think they go to take on Vecna on their own. And Max turns off a headset and she turns around and goes, right, well, he'll get me. And Lucas, all you have to do is run up, turn the tape back on, and everything will be fine. So she turns the tape off. So she stopped listening to Kate Bush. She gets sent into Vecna's mind realm. And while this is happening, you've got Eddie and the others, and they're doing something in the Upside Down. I don't know what it is they're doing in the Upside Down. Steve has a fucking hero landing there. Epic. You've got Hopper, Murray, and Joyce, and they're fighting all the shit that gets pushed out of Hawkins seems to wind up in Russia. That needs to be explained. I don't know what the explanation is that. And then in there, I don't know if it's the Mind Flayer or it's one of the tendrils from the Mind Flayer.
It's the cut that bit of the Mind Flayer is the bit that got released out of Will and disappeared off. You remember when they got it out of Will and that disappeared?
No, that got destroyed.
No, it didn't.
That got destroyed. This here is the Smoky Tent. Hang on. Yeah. Go back and watch the end of the second season thing.
Yes, the Mind Flayer goes
to attack. Yeah, and no, because that one goes off into the rat place and gets Billy. Yeah, that bit does.
That's
and then
the bit that 11.
That's
the bit that 11 doesn't.
She just
leaves.
Well, when she goes to destroy it, yeah. That's the bit. So I think that's part of the Mind Flayer there. It would make sense if that was the Mind Flayer, because if Vecna's going out doing his thing, cutting holes in the world, yeah, could be because the Mind Flayer's gone missing and he's trying to find it. But you've got three of them looking pretty badass, going to Vecna's thingy. He's crying. Someone died. Yeah, so this is a kitchen somewhere. I don't know where this is, but someone's died. Then it's Robin saying, oh no, it's going to go down really badly. And then you've got the three of them going into the Creel house on their own. And then you've got the army fighting, which I'm assuming is the other army group. Yeah, so this is the thing. So I think so you get to you got that. So you got I think the people that Owens and Brenner are using, or they all die. I think they all die. And this is them going in there to do whatever there is. So they're going to do that. And Dustin's gone into the Upside Down, and he's got what's his mush with him. What was his name? Metler. Who's the Metler? I can't remember his name. He's in it. You've got the demo dog in Russia, which, as I said, Russia seems like the dumping ground for all this shit. The Demogorgon in Russia, and then you've got Lucas fighting the school
dickhead.
I was going to call him a school bully. Yeah, and I think. What happens here is that he needs to press the play button on the tape player for Max, and the guy stops him from doing it. And Max gets killed. Because if you look at him, he is fucking getting there. Oh, and this bit here, Nancy, I think, kills the Mind Flayer.
Maybe.
She shoots his hand off and then takes his eye out. There's he come down the step here. There's Murray doing a thing where he's flamethrowing, probably the Demodogs and the Demogorgon. Then you've got 11, and I think she's in Maxine's mind because they've got that weird storm that she had when she was in Billy's head, and then there are skaters down there, and the only skater I know is Max. So she probably enters Maxine's head. What's his name? Munson. He's something Munson. Munson's up there rocking out, causing a distraction, trying to save everyone, probably gets killed. Back in the old thingy. Hopper's still fighting stuff there. You've got him freaking the fuck out, yeah? And that's where I think Max gets killed. Is that bit there where he's freaking out. These are the guys, the army turning up to take out the Nina Project. And this bit here is where I think everyone dies. So there goes Owen and Brenner. There's only two people anyone cares about. So, and there's 11 outside, safe and sound. Lots of lovely explosions. And then it's like kind of she looks like she gets into his head, but she looks like she might be a bit too late to save someone. So someone dies.
I think you're right.
I put money on Brenner, Owen, Max dying. If they kill Steve, I'm gonna be gutted because Steve's my favorite.
I'm done. You can't. You cannot kill Steve. You cannot. You can kill. What's his face? Steve's mate. Not.
Robin.
No.
Dustin.
The kid. Dustin. You can't kill Dustin. You can kill them all.
No.
You can't kill Dustin and Steve.
No, Dustin and Steve. I think if you're going to do it properly, you have to kill Steve towards the end of the very last season. Yeah, and it has to be a plan that they put
Steve deserves a happy ending. Steve has redeemed himself beyond redemption.
Steve deserves to go out like a fucking boss. And I mean that. He needs to go down so heroically. You go, he died, but wow, that was... So that's me talking about strange things. So anyway, I said it again. I'll say it again. Everybody, thanks for watching. Nige, say goodbye. He's muted. I can't hear him. He had something pop in.
There you go. Yeah. I forgot to unmute myself after I had an interruption. Yes. Well, thank you for listening. Do not forget to follow us on social medias. See you in the next one.
Yes. I've got to update some of it.
I agree with you, Tennis. I agree with you. And on that note,
Steve is the best character. So bye-bye. And do not kill Steve.